This summer, enjoy a Plymouth Gin and Tonic. Just add tonic, ice and a slice of orange for the perfect cocktail every time. Plymouth Gin is distilled using a blend of 7 hand-selected botanicals, always staying true to Plymouth's original recipe. Plymouth Gin, since 1793.
All right now, you know what time it is. It's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio.
Yeah. It's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They gon' have it lit up. Yeah, you know, it's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They got the airways popping every city across the globe. It's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They gon' have it lit up. Yeah, you know, it's time for the Kevin and Nikee Show. They got the airways popping every city across the globe. You know him as a dope actor, Kevin D. Bitten. 360 twice, Jim, how he keep winning. And you know the baddest actress, Nikki Warren. She so bad you walking past, she had you speaking foreign. If you ain't tuning in, this your reality check. You might miss out on your favorite star celebrity guest. When they celebrate, what you do, you get the bell, yeah. During Kevin's Corner, get inspired and encouraged, yeah. Bend them corners while you listen, but don't swerve. Find out what's getting on Nikki nerves. What's bothering Nikki? What's bothering Nick? What's bothering Nikki? What's bothering Nick? Keep on playing. Me and Kevin goes and we gon' get you hit. Yo, check us out on social media. In your mobile phone, we everywhere. You ever stations played out like a ringtone. Follow me like Bino R-E-M-E-Y. Bino Remy. Pop like Semi. And my flow hotter, thicker semi. Been doing this since I scraped up pennies. But back to the subject, Kevin Nikee.
Okay.
All right.
Be quiet.
Man, the introduction never gets old. Like Black Panther said, it never gets old.
It sure don't.
Yeah. So anyway, we are back.
Yes.
We are back.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Because it's always good to be back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's always good to be back. That's a testimony in itself just to be able to say you are back. Because that means you went through some things, endured some things, got through some things, and you made it to this point.
Okay, so that's what that means?
Well, that's what it means to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Pastor. I see you preaching this morning. I see you preaching this morning.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. About the pastor.
Can I take it up higher?
See, there you
Can
go.
I take it up high? No. All right. It is the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. I'm actor Kevin D. Benton.
And I'm actress Nikee Wolfram.
And we are in for another exciting show, another exciting guest, another exciting episode
of
the Kevin and Nikee Show
on iHeartRadio. You heard me.
We are everywhere. You don't want to go there. I'm taking them to church. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to turn it into a church song. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, we are back. We are always excited to be back. So we always got a lot going on. We always have a lot to talk about. So with that being said, it is now time for the many adventures of Kevin and Nikee.
Yes.
All right. So go ahead, Nikee.
Well, you know what? I discovered something. Well, listen, it's crazy. So I've been brushing my teeth with this stuff called charcoal.
Okay.
Right. Now it's supposed to be this new way to, whiten your teeth, which is good because as an actress, when the camera is close up on your face, you don't want to have yuck mouth. You don't want to have that.
That's right.
So the charcoal is supposed to be a way that gets your teeth like the whitest, like white like a cloud.
Okay.
But they did not tell you while you're using this charcoal to, I guess, I don't want to say brush lightly, you know how we normally brush? We go,
right.
Don't brush like that, because the charcoal is like all over the place. It's all on the walls.
Okay.
It's all on the sink.
So wait. Let me ask you this.
What?
So if you don't brush like, how you supposed to brush?
Like,
slow motion. Okay.
I guess because the darn charcoal is like everywhere. It's more charcoal on the wall, in the sink, and on the floor than on my teeth.
So it foams up really quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's really good though. It works. Okay. But man, I tell you, they ain't warn us. They ain't tell us this stuff.
Yeah, they didn't tell y'all the whole.
They ain't tell me the whole story.
Right.
And I've been using it for about 2 weeks now. It I got some pearlies. I'm happy. But man, I gotta put like one of them things on my face when I'm brushing a bag or something. Well,
like you gotta put a hazmat suit on.
Yeah, just to brush my teeth with this darn charcoal.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like everywhere.
Okay.
So give us just a warning label or something.
Yeah,
put a hazmat on when you brush.
That's right.
But it's supposed to be good though. It's supposed to be good, and it's supposed to like get your teeth like pearly white.
Okay.
And I'm one of those people. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm one of those people. I will try things. I will try certain things. Like I've been putting aloe vera on my face to keep my face looking nice and, smooth and everything. And that works too. I've also been trying the vitamin E drops and the Vaseline. You put that on your face and it keeps the pimples away. I've been trying that too. And that works. So someone said, Nick, try the charcoal toothpaste, and it's not even toothpaste, Kev. It's like charcoal in a little container. Okay. And what you do is you dip your toothbrush in it, and you get a little bit. You tap off the excess, and you just go. You don't add water.
You know what? I'm gonna give you an easier solution.
What?
Just chew on orange peelings.
Oh
yeah. From what I hear, the ingredients in orange peelings will brush your teeth. That way, mess is not all over the place, and you can eat the orange.
I'm a DIY. I will try it.
Okay. All right.
I will try it.
There y'all have it.
I will try.
Okay.
I will try.
So some things going on. The horror movie that we are going to be we already started filming it.
Yeah.
So they're gearing up for your makeup test.
Yes.
So this is the word I got straight from the horse's source. They're gearing up for your makeup test and for your scene. And so
I am so ready.
This past week, I was helping out with the special effects of this horror movie that we're already filming, and we just can't wait, man. I'm telling you.
When I tell you, I am so ready. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I cannot wait for them to age me.
Right.
Because I just want to see what I'm going to look like.
Yeah. It's going to be. And you know that they're taking behind the scene footage and things like this. And I've always wanted to be a part of something like this because I've seen it, on TV, on XX Hollywood. You know how you sit in the chair.
For hours at a time and get that makeup done.
And then they record it. You know what I'm saying? And then when they go back and watch it, they kind of fast forward it and stuff like that. So
but I'm gonna tell you, I cannot wait because just the attention to detail that they did when they did your makeup, when they had to do your mask, man, I cannot wait. So what I'm doing, because I know they're gonna be putting a lot of stuff on my face, so what I'm doing is I'm moisturizing my skin, because sometimes some things will break you out.
Well, from what I've heard, the guy Paul who's doing the makeup, he's a professional, and he's putting makeup on our faces that is not going to be harmful to our skin. So the evidence is my face haven't broken out yet. So it all went well. But I was helping out with the special effects filming of the movie, and it was just phenomenal. Just to be on set, hanging out, being around this positive energy and helping out. So I had to actually do some hand acting, but I had to put on the glove of my character and do some hand acting. Like I wasn't in the shot, but my hand was. But when you took the shot, it looked like I was. And they were using the puppets of my character. So I have a puppet, a life-size puppet standing, and it's just. I just had such a great time.
You guys, I cannot wait for you guys to see this trailer.
We waiting for the trailer, man.
When the trailer gets done, this thing is going to be fire.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. This is going to be a awesome series. And I'm not just saying that because we're in it.
Right.
I'm saying it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome because every set that you go on, something different happens. In this particular set that Kevin and I got cast in, now we're being like sitting in the chair for hours getting makeup done like how they do on The Walking Dead and different things like that. And it's like, wow, this is the stuff that I've been waiting for. You know what I mean? And then when you're doing the voiceovers for different characters, this is what I'm talking about.
Right.
To me, this is where the fun begins.
Right.
You know?
It definitely was a step up. It truly was. Hollywood comes to the Philadelphia area, and we can't say we cannot at this time. So as soon as we get to go to put the trailer out and be able to post a picture, we're gonna post away, and you guys are gonna be so fascinated with the characters that have been created, and it's gonna be phenomenal, man. I have been so fortunate and blessed, and Nikee as well, to be a part of this, because this is what we saw on TV, and to actually be the actor in the chair, it's just been great. Yeah. And so other than that, man, I had the opportunity to film a commercial. Can't say what the name of the commercial is or the context of the commercial, but it was something that I've always wanted to do. Filming a commercial playing sports. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I've worded it like that. So I've always wanted to film a commercial playing sports, but I want to say that when this commercial comes out, we be sure to put it out there, what it's about. It is a phenomenal, moving and touching, commercial of one of, I want to say, the finest athletes of this generation. Of this generation. And the context of the commercial is very, very inspiring, to people who may have, been the underdog in life. Or you came into the world an underdog, and you guys are really going to really be moved by this commercial. Can't put it out there because we signed NDAs, but we're sure to let you know about it. And, it was just a lot of fun, man. And then to be a part of not only filming a commercial playing sports, but, the meaning and the message behind the commercial was definitely something that I support, and can't wait to put it out there. So I filmed some more scenes in Pride. Went really very, very well. So we had to do the shootout scene, and so I had to take one of my button-down white shirts and get blood on it. So I had one to spare. So, but it was a lot of fun. Everybody did a great job, and we moved one step closer to the end. So you got any more scenes left?
I have about, I would say,
a couple. You got a couple scenes left.
Two more. Okay. Two more scenes left. I have two more scenes, and actually the scenes that I have are supposed to be before the shootout.
It's before the shootout, right?
It's before the shootout.
Well, that's part of the reason why we shooting out.
Yeah, that's part of the reason. That's part of the reason why y'all shoot out.
You know what I mean? Because there's some stuff that went down.
Stuff that went down. I don't know how I got roped up into. Well, yeah, I do.
Well, your connection.
I do.
Your connection to
my connections. Got me roped into this mess. You know what? Never mind.
Yeah.
So I have two more scenes.
That's good. That's what's up. Well, we're moving along. We're moving along. It's kind of tough when you're trying to get, cast together, and everybody got different schedules.
Everybody got different schedules carrying on.
Yeah. So we got the shootout scene out the way, which was a little bit complex because there was a lot going on, and it was a lot of people in the scene, and so they had to capture everybody's close up, various different angles. So we got it done. So everything else should be smooth sailing. So we're looking forward to that.
We're looking for that. Looking forward to that. And what else? What else did I do?
Stand on your line, stand
on my lines and all that kind of stuff. Getting ready for some phenomenal some phenomenal things to take place and happen. And I heard from over the weekend, I also heard from the awesome director KV, who we're getting ready to go in and shoot with, and he was giving the update to the cast about what's going on. And the way that text looked, I was like, okay.
Yeah, things are coming together.
Okay.
Yeah. So
all I can do is do one of these.
Yeah, get a clap. Yeah.
Okay, gotta give a clap and a high five to Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
For real.
Amen. So you taking us to church now. You talking about me.
You get a high five to Jesus. That's right, for making it happen.
Ain't nothing wrong with going to church on.
Yes, you gotta high five Jesus, because he's the reason, he's the reason why all this is happening.
No doubt,
so for real. So you gotta give credit where credit is due. Don't take none of that for yourself, because then you won't get nothing.
As they say, as they say in church lingo, amen.
I'm just saying.
Amen.
I'm just saying. Put it where it's supposed to be. Put it where it's supposed to be.
That's right.
Not that God is a Santa Claus, but all I'm saying, you do right by him, he'll do right by you. That's how I go.
Well, sometimes he'll do right by you, even if you ain't doing right by him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's called grace and mercy.
Grace and mercy.
You know what I'm saying?
It had a lot of that going around.
Yeah, but he is the giver of blessings, man.
Yes, he
is. The thing about it is, when he can trust you to give the glory back to him, he can trust you with more, because he know you're going to give it right back to him, so he going to give you more because you're going to give it right back to him. And it's like this cycle of blessings, man. And that's how it go down. You know what I mean?
Shout it down.
That's
you going to make me talk in tongues. You better stop.
That's it. You going to start saying, I seen him in a Honda.
I
seen him in a Honda.
Should have bought a Honda.
I seen him in a Honda, untying my bow tie. He said, I seen him in a Honda, untying my bow tie. I heard you. You weren't talking in tongues. Anyway. He said, shana. Anyway.
You play too.
Anyway. Good thing they got angels that can translate what we say, right? I had to pull from a scripture. But anyway. So yeah, man, I was also filming a feature film that I got cast for this week, and it's always a blessing to be cast, man. Of course you can't put it out there, all that stuff, but and then to get cast multiple days, it's just a blessing.
Beautiful blessing.
Yeah,
beautiful blessing. See, big up to Jesus.
See what happened?
See what happened? He know what you want. And you guys, update on my new job. I'm doing fabulous. Wait, that ain't sound right. Fabulous. Mm-hmm. I'm doing fabulous on my new job. And like we always say, and Kev, you say it best, this is funding the acting.
That's it.
That's what it's doing.
That's it.
So I got a new funder. How about that?
That's right. Shout
out. Got a new funder.
Shout out to all the actors out there that are working night jobs, day jobs, to fund your acting, fund your dream, goal, aspirations. Yes. Shout out to Lottie Dottie. Everybody that's out there working hard. And who knows, maybe the blessing of God may have it turn itself into such that this is the only thing that we do as far as acting, the radio show, and writing and directing and all that stuff. And
can't wait.
We know he's able. I also got to give a shout out. I had the chance to go to the Smooches Debris Design. Design fashion show over the weekend. And the Smooches models were modeling the clothes. And one thing I like about this movement, the Smooches movement is about sisterhood. It's all positive. It's about
that's what I'm talking about. Smooth.
All right. Yeah. So it's about sisterhood. It's about women empowerment, but it's also about curvy women. Yeah. Like that you don't have to look like Barbie to be beautiful and to model. There you go. I mean, it was really good. That's it right there. Yeah. So shout out to Satoria Keys, who was a friend of ours who we had on the show, professional singer, multi award winning singer. Yes. And shout out to Andrea Blessing Gang, who we also had on the show, that's doing Black Men Read. She's modeling and all that stuff. And shout out to all the other models who participated. And what it represents is, hey, you're beautiful no matter what size you are. That's right. That's right. You know what I mean? No matter what size you are. So I told them, shout out to Miss D and D Bree Design for this awesome fashion show that they did. Yeah. And it was great. It was positive, and I'm glad to be able to support it. Nice. Because it represents positivity. You know what I mean? Awesome. Awesome. So that's all I have.
That's it.
We want to tell them where they can find us.
Go ahead.
All right, guys. So listen. So, we like for you guys to, before we bring on our special guests, I just want to tell you guys where you can continue to follow our journey. You can go to actress Nikee Warren YouTube channel and check out. She's got the news is up there. The multi-award winning news short film is up there. She got clips. She got monologues. You can go to actor Kevin D. Benton on YouTube as well. We got short films. We got clips. We got monologues. The multi-award winning the news is on that one, as well as Honor.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got some stuff going on there. We want you guys to continue to follow our journey. Then go over to Amazon Prime. Check out Single and Anxious. I play Ronald in season 3. Why would I say episode 2, 5, and 10. You can check me out there, but there's also a season 1 and 2 that you can also check out. Then go check out Mercy on Amazon Prime. It is an awesome movie. Some good acting and good actors is in there. One of the guests that we had on our show, Mr. Andrew Hunsicker, is in there. It's a movie about the killing of unarmed African Americans, but it's a positive movie that's going to generate some good conversation about when you're in a position to take revenge, do you take it or do you show mercy? So then also on Amazon Prime, we got The Covington Witches. Your girl Nikee Warren is in that. They rolling eyes in the back of their head and casting spells. So you might want to go check out that. We just off of Halloween, so go check that out.
Check that
they
out.
casting spells and stuff is falling off people and growing back. So y'all might want to check that out. And then go over to the Stars Network and catch Jason's Letters that's constantly looping. You can catch us in there playing parent number 1 and number 2, ripping up our children after showing off in detention. You know what I mean? Got some great stars in there.
We need to do more of that.
Yeah, we need to do more. We need to go back to old parenting.
Yes.
It worked. You know what I mean?
Old parenting.
So yeah, check out Stars. It's an awesome movie about a child who comes up with a solution after doing a book report based on statistics that can help solve the killing of unarmed African Americans. Once again, it's not an angry or bitter movie. It's a conversational generator.
Yeah.
And I think you'll really, really enjoy it. Then go check out Free Meek on Amazon Prime. A great conversational piece is going to generate out of that about our political system and judicial reform. Yeah. And things like that, which is really, really needed. You got innocent people in jail, innocent people, going to death row. You got people being, lied on and being incarcerated. And this is based on facts, statistics, and with real court documents. It's going to follow Meek Mill's journey.
Real footage
from 19 to the present. Yeah. And you really going to enjoy it. It's going to be a real eye opener about Philadelphia in general, in particular. And
if anything, those statistics, man, because these statistics got me. I was like, what?
Well, as they say in basketball, the film don't lie and stats don't lie. Well, they say that in sports.
Well,
stats don't lie.
Wow,
you know what I mean?
Wow.
So also go to www.mulattoCap.com. That's www.mulattoCap.com. Check out the cast of Mulatto. We had a good table read.
We did.
Now I gotta share this story, and then we're gonna bring our special guest on. Nikee did a phenomenal job at the table read, right? She did a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
And you read for the mom, right?
Yes, I did.
So I go to film a commercial that's out of state. And so one of the leaders of the Mulatto, production was also, in the commercial as well. Yeah. And he said to me, man, that young lady that read that mom did a phenomenal job, and she ain't even want the role. I said, yeah, she did. She really, really did. But so give me your reason. Give me your reason. Give me your defense.
Okay, guys. Here's my reason for not wanting the role as the mother. I'm always playing somebody's mother. I'm always playing a mother, a wife, a girlfriend. I want to be stretched. Right. I want to be I want to be able to reach for those roles that they say I can't play.
Right. You don't want to be typecast.
I don't want to be, bottom line, I don't want to be typecast. Going to, when I go to a table room, I'm going to read well because that's what I'm supposed to do. Right. But at the end of the day, I don't want to constantly be placed in those roles that are going to keep me in one category.
Right.
So, in the mulatto casting, I was cast for a particular role, which is going to completely take me away from that mama, wife, girlfriend, auntie, grandma role. Completely take me away from that. And that's the role that I want. So when the director, texts me about the role, I said, no, I'm gonna have to turn that down because you cast me for this role right here. The other role, that's the role I want.
Then that makes sense. And because sometimes when people can only see you playing a certain role, you get skipped over or they only get cast as that. And you want to be an actor that can play multiple characters. And each character is different. Even if you put on the same wardrobe.
Exactly.
Because I had the same wardrobe on for Old Head that I had in Delaware Shore, but Portsmouth and Councilman Ben are two different people. One's a crook politician and one is, a gentleman who's in love with a young lady who he met at a train station, and their temperament and personalities come off differently. And that's what you want to be able to do,
Right.
So that's noble what you did.
Yeah. And I want to be able to show that I can be the mom that goes into the room and put the little baby to bed and then go down the street and pop somebody in the head. I can do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to show that I can do that. But if you constantly keep me in the same role, that mother role, that, I can't do it.
It's called, you want to display acting range. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's noble.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's about it. So we're going to take a break.
Go ahead, Pops. Say it.
We're going to take a break. Now you say it better than me.
Okay. We're going to take a break. But before we do, man, listen.
Our special guest that we about to bring on the show.
He, you know what?
But you go ahead and say it.
I got to do it right now. Our special guest is hot like fire.
Yes.
He's like that. And I'm just so excited to have him on the line. Yep. I really am.
He's a director. He's a writer, producer, actor.
All of it.
Much, much more.
All of it.
He is creating films that is trailblazing in the industry. He's multi.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was no typo. Anytime you hear it say
no typo.
Multi, that means they got about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 awards.
He got a vault full of it,
So we're going to talk about this awesome movie. Some of the cast we've already had on the show. Okay. And you guys are going to really, really enjoy his journey. And look, please don't touch that dial.
It's the journey that I like listening to. Like,
how did you get here? How did you start? How did you get here?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's why I always ask that question, because I love to see how you, what did you do?
All right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So you started the interview already before I could finish. But anyway, don't touch that dial. We come right back. You're going to hear from our special guest. It's the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We everywhere.
And we'll be
right back.
Yes. You're so silly.
I'm excited.
You're excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you because I'm excited too. Here we go.
All I am is all I have, and all I have to give, and I give it all to you. It's my fragrant oil, it's my costly perfume. I take my alabaster box and I break it open. Let the fragrance rise, la 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 la, la 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 la. Let the fragrance rise, la 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 la, la 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 la. perfume. I'll take my alabaster box and I'll break it open. I'll break it open. And I'll pour it out. And I'll pour it out over you.
Satisfy your sweet tooth with some tasty treats from the Brownie Shop. Fudge cupcakes, sweet potato pie, freshly baked bread, homemade ice cream, creamy chocolatey brownies, and much, much more. Check out their full menu on Facebook Brownie Shop or Brownie Shop 2019 Instagram. Get your next dessert from the Brownie Shop. Your sweet tooth will love you for it.
Urban Elite Beauty LLC is an online urban beauty supply store that serves both men and women in urban communities. Our goal is to provide quality beauty solutions for our culture and community. Most importantly, we want to instill in our friends the importance of loving thy hair, loving thy skin, and to love thyself. Check us out on social media, on Facebook at Urban Elite Beauty, on Twitter at dbenton71, on Instagram at urban_elite_beauty, and for more information, go to our website at www.urbanelitebeauty.com or email founder and CEO David Benton at dbenton@urbanelitebeauty.com or call 609-217-5292. Check us out and see what the Urban Elite Beauty experience is all about. Yeah, man.
that is an awesome song, and it's so fitting for our special guest.
Yeah.
So fitting. His story, the whole thing, his love for Christ, the whole thing. It's so fitting. It's a perfect song. Just everything about it. It's just perfect.
Yeah, and we're going to hear about his pain.
Yes.
That's going to profit other people. Because when you think about the alabaster box, expensive oil was put inside.
Exactly.
And when it was cracked open, it was a fragrance that would be released. And it's like people don't know the cost in terms of your suffering and pain. You know what I'm saying? And the fragrance that comes out of it that benefits and bless other people. They don't know your story. You know, and that's why we can't be so quick to hate on people's glory till we know their story. Everybody want the glory, but you would not volunteer to go through the story. And I guarantee you, it wouldn't be as many haters out there if they knew about the suffering part that goes into the story before the glory, man.
Exactly.
And perfect song.
Exactly.
Perfect song. We're going to hear that thing come out from our special guest.
Yes. All right, so we're ready for our special guest?
Yeah, we ready.
All right.
Our special guest is a director, writer, producer. He was born in 1970 in Philadelphia, PA, and found an affinity for film and theater at a very, very young age. Our special guest hit his first big acting gig as Biff in Death of a Salesman at the Opera Stage in Harrisburg, PA, and then things snowballed from there. After being featured in several films and TV commercials, our special guest decided to make the jump to NYC, where he began to support his acting habit and waiting tables. We talked about that, you know what I mean? So in New York, our special guest finally got a shot at the big time opposite Benjamin Bratt and Fisher Stevens in a scene in Bratt's breakout role in the film Pinero. His acting career was short-lived as he had to move back to Pennsylvania to raise his autistic son by himself. But while in New York, our special guest wrote a script for a movie inspired by and based on events in his life. So over the years, the script has matured as our special guest has matured both mentally and spiritually. Right Before Your Eyes has finally been shot, and it is out in theaters pretty much everywhere. God is great. Without him, absolutely nothing is possible.
That's right.
Check this out, guys. It's inspired by true life events by our special guest, once again, who is a director, writer, producer of Right Before Your Eyes. It's a multi award-winning feature film. Now, here's the synopsis. a newly recovering alcoholic, Ethan Renepikis, I hope I pronounced that right. If not, we'll get him doing it. Played by awesome actor Adam Radcliffe, takes a train ride home to see his autistic son. Lucas, played by Sean Patrick McCurdy, whom he has not seen since birth. Now, on this journey, Ethan meets a stranger, Ambrose, played by awesome actor we had on our show, friend of ours, Brian Anthony Wilson, and shares his life story with him. Now, check this out, guys. Film festival selections and awards. He says, we get the awards, God gets the glory.
That's right.
So since March 31st, 2019, Right Before Your Eyes has been selected to 15 film festivals. That's 15.
Nice.
Nominated for 32 categories and has won 10 awards. We are truly blessed, honored, and humbled beyond words to have been told so many times that our film is truly a special piece of work worth recognition. When our special guest first entered the festival circuit via Film Freeway, he wasn't sure what to expect. He said, I did it with the hopes that the film would get noticed by a distributor and maybe, just maybe, even fortunate enough to get distribution. And what occurred as a result of that and so much more. They were inspired that they were signed to a distribution deal with Nagra/My Cinema soon after the very first festival and are still garnering recognition almost every week.
Nice.
This has truly been a dream come true for a man that once was homeless and hopeless. Wow. And we're going to talk about that.
We're going to talk about that.
The awards and accolades are great, but nothing is greater than God, without whom any of this is even possible.
Man.
We are talking about...
Who are we talking about?
None other than the multi-talented David Vincent Bobb, writer, director, producer, and much, much more. How you doing?
I figured you want to hear me. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
You two are hilarious. I've been laughing out loud like on the line. Like I have my eyes on the TV watching football.
And that's one of the reasons why we keep the microphone muted, because we sometimes have people cracking up, man. So
yeah, you got it.
Absolutely. But man, before we get started, I want to just say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come share with us on our show, with our guests, with our following. And thank you so much for writing, directing, and creating this phenomenal film right before your eyes that is going to hit the hearts of so many people who can relate to your story, man. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I am honored and humbled to be on this show.
Thank you so much.
I'd be remiss if I didn't say, give all the glory to God. Obviously, everybody knows that.
That's right.
How I feel about that.
That's right.
All glory goes to God.
That's right.
But I'd be remiss if I wasn't to say happy birthday. I got to throw this out there to the United States Marine Corps. I was in the Marines from 89 to 92.
Okay.
Today is the 244th birthday of the United States Marine Corps. So I wanted to give a shout out to all my Marine Corps brothers and sisters.
Yes.
Bless you, be safe, and thank you.
Thank
you for your service. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
You get the bell. Yes, get the bell.
That's it. All right.
So a lot of people in that studio.
we make it sound like that. I hear you. But yeah, that's awesome stuff.
Wow.
And we thank you for your service and all those out there that are protecting our borders, particularly the Marine. Yes. Happy birthday. And hey, look, we have a lot of freedoms and liberties that we would not otherwise have if it wasn't for you guys. So we do appreciate that. Amen. And don't take it for granted.
That's right.
But look, we want to jump right on to it. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
let's jump into it.
We do.
Go ahead, Nick.
I mean, right before your eyes. I mean, just the synopsis alone is just like crazy. Mm-hmm. Without giving too much of it away. Just tell.
Well, the movie's out. We can talk about it.
We can talk about it. So tell our listeners some more about this just awesome film.
So you guys, you want to know the origin of it? And
how did it come about?
Okay, well, I was I grew up, and the movie covers this. It talks about that when Ethan is on the train and he meets and he meets the stranger. He tells him his life story,
Mm-hmm.
and it is inspired by events in my life. And I grew up in Philly, in the suburbs, Fallcroft. I was born in Philly, Northeast, and when we were 5, we moved to the suburbs, and I grew up in a blue collar home. My dad works for the train station. He actually worked there from 16 until he retired.
Mm-hmm.
So he had steady work his whole life, but alcoholism ran rampant in my family.
Gotcha.
Not just my dad, but with my cousins and aunts and uncles and everything. When you're a kid growing up in Philly, you experiment with that stuff. I mean, it's just a city. It's just the way it was.
Right.
Catholic family with the father. I mean, we were religious people, but he had a problem with alcoholism, and we were the recipients of that. I guess I could say, to keep it clear.
Right.
There was some abuse that was verbal, some physical, but and just to clarify something, my dad and I have a very, very strong relationship now.
Mm-hmm.
It was just something we went through as kids, and he was there for me sometimes, but a lot of the time he wasn't.
Right.
It was alcohol before us. So,
I got you.
I grew up in that environment, and unfortunately, instead of being the guy that said, I'm going to do the opposite of what my dad did, I ended up falling into the same traps he did.
Gotcha.
And eventually I became an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
And my story, stemmed from that, from my childhood, all the things I went through, and then, seeing my dad go through it. And then I put myself through it because, this disease, and all addictions, unless you've actually suffered through one or know somebody that has or have family members that are, you really don't know what it's really about until you experience it firsthand. And it's something that's very difficult to talk about and to share.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like when I recovered that I had to give it back.
Right.
The Lord definitely put me on this journey. I know my place on this earth now. I know why I'm here. And that's the most important thing to me. And it's something I never lose track of.
Right.
And I think it all starts with this film.
Nice.
To share this story of hope and inspiration so I can help to save those that are going through what I went through and tell them, you know what, it's okay. I know what you went through. I did it too. Here it is. And maybe this will inspire some hope in them, and they'll say, "Wow, this guy was homeless, and he made a movie about it. Man, I can, if he can do it, I can do it." That kind of thing,
Absolutely.
So, in a nutshell, that's how we did it. So
awesome, man. That is just a very, very powerful, testimony that you shared. It was very open, very honest, very, very transparent, and I can tell by the way that you're sharing it that there's a great level of freedom there, and perhaps even the movie, seeing that come to fruition, knowing that it's inspiring and helping other people who might be going through similar things. I know that brought more freedom to say, hey, that storm that I went through or that valley that I went through, it wasn't in vain. They call it in football being tackled and falling forward. Life will tackle us with things like alcoholism and, addictions and pain and problems and persecution. But it's when you can get up and use it to help someone that's getting tackled and falling forward. And brother, you have fallen so many steps forward that people are being inspired by this great movie, man. Y'all got to go see it. To all our listeners out there, we're talking to writer, director, producer, actor, and much, much more, Mr. David Vincent Bobb. He's this phenomenal movie right before your eyes. You got to go see it. And it has premiered, I want to say, in like 7, 8, 9, 10 theaters. You got to go see it. It's very, very moving. Great acting. But the story is just phenomenal. Awesome.
Yeah, it was something else. I wrote it when I was still in my addiction. And actually, you guys, this was part of writing the script was actually the beginning. And as I reflect on this from where, its inception, when I first started writing it in New York, when I was deep into my addiction, I started writing this, and it became the beginning of my healing process. I was still using while I was writing it, still drinking over the years. But eventually, to be honest, I put it down, and I got my act together and cleaned up and raised my autistic son, and that's all true. He's, where he's talked about in the film, obviously that's what the whole trip is about. About him getting back to this kid that has a disability, and he feels so guilty about waking up every single day hungover and no money, and he has a kid at home, that that needs him, and he's neglecting that duty as a father, and that's what the film became. It became They say, I know you guys know this because you've been in the industry so long. When somebody writes a script, what you see on the screen is completely different, usually, than what you originally intended. But
Right.
To be that way. It grows into something that you're not expecting, and it can be a very rewarding thing, and it is. And this movie became, it was always about father and son, but that's the centralized theme of the entire thing. God the Father with me, his son, and then me with my dad, and me with my son. So it's all about fatherhood and the importance of a father in a child's life, and something that's not. You don't see it too much these days in movies, and I think that's where I got lucky too. Is we're able to show that, and
nice.
and then it's okay if you're like I've said this before. It's okay if you're addicted or you're an alcoholic.
Right.
It's not your fault. I know. I've been there, and I blamed it on myself for the longest time, that I couldn't get out of that funk, and I had people tell me, and like that scene in Saving Private Ryan, where one of the most amazing scenes ever filmed, when he walks up to, I get choked up when I think about this scene, when Robin Williams walks up to Matt Damon and says, "It's not your fault."
Right.
It's not.
Right.
It's not your fault.
Right.
And that's what I went through as a kid, and that's what I put myself through. But it's finding out, at the core of it all, why I did what I did, and trying to figure out what I needed to fix that.
Right.
And my answer was God. I tried everything else. And I turned to the church, and it's the Lord. When I gave it all up, I gave it all up to Him, and He answered me. Here I am.
There you go, man.
That is beautiful.
That's powerful.
He got to get the bell again. That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yes, I'm telling you, man. And the reason why, it's so many themes that come out or that you can walk away with from this movie. And, I'm just kind of sitting here thinking about which one I want to talk about. But I like what you said about, hey, it's not your fault. And what your movie is showing people, along with what your testimony speaking for itself, is that even though you have pain, problems, persecution, even though you go through trials, troubles, tribulation, addictions, you still have worth and value. You mean something, and you matter. It's when judgmental and critical people who have never walked in your shoes want to come throw more weight on you than what you're already dealing with. That's when, you already have the self-guilt, and then you got people that want to come on top of that and say, well, why don't you just fix it? Like it's that easy. And you're letting people know that you still have worth and value. You still matter to God. You still matter to people. You matter to the world. And you can use your story to help a whole lot of people.
Yeah.
And I saw that on a small level happen. That's such a great point. And we were at a screening at Wilkes-Barre, and Brian O'Halloran's in the film. I don't know, you guys probably know who he is. Brian plays Dante in Clerks, that Kevin Smith's movie. Okay. Kevin Smith's original film, the black and white. Yeah. Okay, so we go to Wilkes-Barre, Brian's there, and there's a group of kids there. It must have been between 19 to 25, very young adults. And they came as a group to see the film. They were from a recovery house. One of the kids walks up to me. I'm going to get choked up here a little bit.
That's okay, man.
Kid's got to be 20 years old. He's so young, has no teeth because he used drugs so much. He never took, his teeth fell out. I don't know what happened, but he still smiled at me and gave me a hug and told me, "That's my story up on the screen there. Thank you." And I was like, that's all you need, man. That's it. That's when I knew. And that kind of took me to another level that I saw it physically happening right in front of me, right before my eyes. There you go.
Yeah. And
I saw it happening right in front of me. And I was like, wow, this is actually, I needed something, because the movie, to be honest with you guys, it was only out for 9 days in the theaters, and we're kind of in a dormant stage right now where I'm trying to figure out what to do next. The distributor and I, it's not going the way that either one of us thought it was, which is very unfortunate because it's, the effect that it has on people when they see it and what it's doing in the theaters. It's so difficult as a new filmmaker to get your project out there, even if you do everything you can do, and you believe in it so much. Get people into the seats. I was at that theater, and right before my film played, Ad Astra was playing, Brad Pitt movie, and there was 10 people in the theater, and I'm like, oh my God. but I had 60. So, you never know.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Theater's so difficult. I don't think it's going to really get its full value until it comes out on DVD, Netflix, 24.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was
all
doing.
that stuff. We're gonna keep. We're plowing away and still trying to get more theaters.
Okay.
But it's a hard sell if you are, like Tyler Perry. Everybody knows him.
Right.
Yeah.
Tyler's films are all faith-based. The Kendrick brothers just did Overcomer.
Yeah.
Everybody knows them.
Right.
It's just that first step is the most difficult. To really get people to recognize and to understand who you are and what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have a great product, and hopefully we can take that next step. But I'm just, keep the faith, and like you guys know, he put me here for a reason, and
that's
I know
right.
what it is.
And
so
if he
I
can
don't stop, I do not stop. I just keep trying until the right door opens.
Right.
And if he can do it for Tyler Perry, he can do it for you too.
Yeah.
That's how that goes, because Tyler Perry was homeless as well.
Yeah.
And look at where he is now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I wanted to piggyback off, that point. The dynamics of film has changed so much so where you remember 30 years ago when E.T. was in the theaters, everybody flocked to the theaters and or they would flock to these theaters to see these blockbuster movies. But the film industry has changed so much so that now you can see a commercial instead of saying in theaters everywhere, and you still see those. You'll see now streaming on Amazon Prime, now streaming on Hulu. Yeah. So what happened is gradually our movie screens change from the theater to our phones and TVs.
Yeah.
So you can watch a movie right on your phone. You don't have to go to the theater. Yeah. Just like the dynamics of traditional books in the library or in the bookstore versus iBooks, ebooks,
Goodreads, and different things like that.
So I think that's playing a role. You're going to always have your traditionalists that's going to go to the theater because they want that experience and they're used to it. But this new generation is into the streaming and live streaming, and so as a director, writer, and filmmaker and actor, we have to change with the times. And so you can have your in theater platforms. But Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, and then just letting people know where they can find it.
And then Apple TV,
BET Plus. And so that's what I was telling Nikee, like one of the benefits of our worldwide show is that we can tell people where to go. Especially with the live streaming platforms, you know what I mean? So we can say, hey, go to the theaters, but also go to Amazon Prime and Hulu and things like that. So it's more so a marketing dynamic, and I understand what you're saying as a new film writer, a director, writer, and things like that. Trying to build your name is kind of like, you need those marketing platforms, word of mouth, people to share and things like that. But you're on the right track, going in the right direction. And the thing that I have no worries about is that God has your back because you're trying to do his work.
Listen, 15 film festivals, nominated for 32 categories and won 10 awards. You're definitely on the right track.
You're on the right track.
Definitely on the right track.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah, and so that's the ticket right there. Hit the theater, hit the DVDs and the live streaming platforms, because I feel that this is a movie that the world needs to see. The world needs to see. There's a lot of people quietly, in the secret caves of their lives battling addiction, particularly alcoholism,
and drugs,
and they're afraid to speak up.
Exactly. And this is why I like films like this, because films like this touch lives.
Right.
And that's why I became an actress, to touch lives.
Right. And a film like this gives people the encouragement and inspiration to say, hey, you can speak up. It's okay to be open about this.
Exactly.
And it's okay to go through this. You have people with autistic children who remain silent as they try to deal with raising their child and the embarrassment. And you don't have to be embarrassed. You don't have to be silent. You're not by yourself. And, I want to say, speak to, the theme about, your autistic son. What is it that you want maybe someone who may have autistic kids to walk away with from watching your movie, or maybe perhaps the field in the world who deals with autism and things like that? What is it that they can walk away with?
I'll tell you what, that's a great question. And every day it changes, but I think, the overall, the theme is that you should, no matter how a person is, no matter what their disability is or what they don't have, you should always treat everybody the same. And I think our society today is very, very receptive to people with disabilities more than we ever have. We've come a long way since the days of people having disabilities and just putting them away in the home and, them dying alone because they don't know how to cure or take care of them.
Right.
But so with the autistic theme, it was just anybody, I guess what I would want people to take away that have children with autism or have a relative that's autistic is that the spectrum is, first of all, it's a very, very broad spectrum. You can have kids that are very low functioning, that they don't even talk and can't take care of themselves, to kids that are highly functioning. My son's higher functioning on that level, but at the end of the film, I show there's one of those outtakes at the end where we have the real life father and son, and it's I'll give a little spoiler away. It's not too bad, but
well, you're the writer director, so you can do it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. It's just one of those films where you see the film, and then at the end of the film, you ever see those films where they're like, okay, here's the real life guy, like Vince Papali.
Right. Yeah. Invisible.
That football scene. Yeah. So it's like that. It's a scene of me and my son and his love for astronomy.
Oh.
And I guess the point is that you should always be asking questions to this person with autism, because the hardest thing is that they internalize their feelings and don't know how to express it.
Gotcha.
So one of the most difficult things is when they're going through something that's very emotional and they don't know how to share that emotion, and that's a big problem with people with autism.
Okay.
They do it other ways that can get them in trouble, like my son will call 911, or lash out against me because he's angry about something else.
Right.
That stuff doesn't really happen much anymore. It did when he was younger, but it's such a it's such a difficult but beautiful experience, and I guess what to take away from the whole thing, though, bottom line is patience. Just be patient with them, and they'll reveal themselves to you, but you can't give up on them. You have to understand what it's about, do your studying, do the background on autism, find out what it's really about. Go to doctors if he's been diagnosed, find out what you can do medicinally. There's some medicines that can really help. And help them lead as normal life as possible. I know a lot of people are against that, having medicines, and, we should do it the traditional way and, raise them, without any but sometimes you can't help it. That's just the way it is.
Right.
They have a chemical imbalance in their brain, and there's a medicine that can help with that.
Right, absolutely.
You want to do that. My son is autistic, bipolar, schizophrenic, and he has ADHD. So he deals with all that stuff, and that's stuff that you don't just say, okay, we'll work with him. It's just something that needs a little bit more than just trying to help. Do it with him mentally, one-on-one, and you need some kind of medical, medicinal help. And I'm not pushing the medicine, but sometimes you get to that point and you just got to say, all right, let's give it a try, and it's really changed the game for us too,
Yeah.
So it's helped him be as normal as he can possibly be, and he's an amazing young man. He's really amazing. He knows things about he'll sit there and talk to you about the stars and the formations in the sky, and you'll be like, oh my God, how did you learn all that? But he remembers everything. That's the amazing thing about it. So. Just be patient. Yeah.
And that's great advice, man, because like that medical part, that's the practical part. Yeah. That's the practical part of treatment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I got my degree in psychology, so I've always had a fascination with learning, about mental illness and things like that. Me personally, I think that they need to change the title of mental illness, because does not, to me, it's not endearing. Yeah. Change the title to make it less like something is extra wrong with you than that you're this class over on the left-hand side of the ledger. So I think that they need to work on changing the title first, and I think more people would be, try to go get help. But it's like you've been labeled this disease, and it's not about that. It's about treatment and getting help, so that they can live just as normal a life as anybody else and have that chance and opportunity. Exactly. And I've had the opportunity to work with autistic kids, and it does take a lot of patience. It can be challenging depending on their functional their functionality, their functional ability. But also one of the things that has helped me was I learned to not take it personal. Like they're not angry at me as a person, you know what I mean? And it helps me to be able to, deal with the various different behaviors and still be as loving and compassionate and that child care person that I need to be, that can be an assistance to moving them closer to their, treatment goals and things like that. So you bring up a great point.
Yeah.
And,
because it does take a lot of patience and a lot of prayer.
Yeah, prayer too.
Because sometimes you be wanting to break down and you can't because you have to care for this kid.
Yeah. And Nick, I'm glad you brought that point up too, because anytime you talk about caregiving, we can't sometimes the focus is so much on the person being cared for that we forget that the person doing the caring is pouring their lives every day and sometimes not being poured back into. And so the person doing the caregiving needs encouragement, inspiration as well.
You're
and
exactly
support.
Right.
And so speaking of that, how do you, I know you have, you're dealing with your autistic son, but for you, what type of relief do you have for yourself? Like, what kind of closet do you go in to just get it back in for yourself?
Well, mostly it's been this film. It's been, I've been working so hard on trying to promote this film and the marketing and everything else. That's been my release. I want to share the story with everybody, and it's my passion. There's filmmakers that, write a movie a year. This thing, I started writing this 15 years ago when I was in my addiction, like I said. Yeah. And it might be to be honest, I've had people asking me to write screenplays and this and that, and I'm not sure that I, not that I don't want to, but that I want to at this moment. I want to see this thing all the way through. But, as far as like on the other side, I'll take a walk, you know what I mean? I'll watch TV, I'll clear my mind that way, but
watch football.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
That's right.
Go Birds.
That's right.
They got to buy this week, so I got to root for the. I got to root for the. Who's playing Dallas tonight? Whoever plays. Yeah,
whoever did. That's right. That's what we root for too. That's it.
Yeah, they got. It's who is it tonight? They got they got the wow, we lost to them already. The Vikings. The Vikings.
Okay.
So
absolutely.
Anyway, but so there's ways to do it, and it's not like it used to be when he was younger, when it was much more difficult. But there are other outlets too besides that, Nikki, and it's that you can get these people in Lebanon, my area. There's a lot of facilities that come in and help out to kind of take that pressure off of you. Take him for a couple hours. It's called respite.
Okay.
Take your kid and you do your own thing on your own.
Okay.
There's this company right now called Angels on Call. They come every day from 9 to 12, Monday through Thursday, for 3 hours, 9 to 12, and they take them out in the community and do little things with them, have little trips together, and have lunch and talk to him, and kind of keep him on track and find out what's going on in his head, and then report back to me and let me know how he's doing and things like that. And I do things with them also.
That's awesome.
But,
That's awesome.
We have a couple different caretakers that help us out with different things with that too. So and I kind of piggybacking on Kevin's last question is, where does the autism angle fit in, and how do you do what you do to help them? And that'd be another thing I would definitely highly suggest to people, is to look in their community and just find out what kind of activities they have, or what kind of groups they have for people that are related to these people with disabilities, or programs they have for these kids and young adults that have disabilities that they can, go to and do things. And there's a lot out there. You just got to kind of Google it and find it. It's there.
And that was very, very powerful. And I thank you for putting that information out there, because there's somebody that's going to listen to this show around the country, around the world, and say, hey, let me look into my community to get this support, to give me a break for 2 or 3 hours that helps me, that person that's giving the service and caretaking, a chance to get revived and renewed, so that they can continue to be the best person that they can be for the other person that they're caring for. So I really appreciate.
Exactly.
But David, I hope that. Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to. Yeah, let me put this. Now that you said that, I just want to put this out there real quick. Yeah, if anyone that's listening and you want to contact me, please feel free to do so. I'm sure my information will be provided.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you need help, if you need assistance, I can definitely try to help steer you in the right direction. That's what I'm here for. That's my job right now.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's. that's worth more than anything in the world to be able to help, because so many people helped me when I was going through it. You know?
Right.
And that's what it's about. It's about giving back.
Right.
And it is about giving back, and we need more support groups to come out and bond around people who are going through the same thing and help out. Hey, share your resources.
Right.
Share your resources.
And David, I just, what I was going to say was I just really hope that you see that the spectrum of this movie is so bigger, larger than life from the standpoint. There's a large community of people that are dealing with autistic children, large community of people that are dealing with homelessness. In Philadelphia alone, there's over 4,000 homeless youth. And DHS and CPS is not even putting a dent in the problem. There's a large community of people who are dealing with addictions and alcoholism. So far as I see it, I think that this is a movie that needs to go worldwide. Some way, somehow, and I believe God is going to do it.
And we're going to help
because your
to push
heart
it.
is in the right place.
And we're going to help to push it.
And you have a heart that you want to help people, and we're going to help you push it.
Yep. We're going to help to push it.
That would be awesome. I mean, more than anything, if it did that, and I saw it happen on a smaller level, like I said, with the kid that walked up to me, hugged me. I can't tell you the number of people that came out of the theater when I was at a screening crying and hugging me and thanking me for making this film. And it's doing exactly what the Lord told me it would do.
Right.
He told me specifically, if I made this movie, it's going to help people.
Yeah.
And it's really a no-brainer. I mean, I knew it in my heart. I felt it. And he never, ever took that fire, and that Holy Spirit was put into me to make this film, and it's never left. That passion still burns so deep inside of me to want to take this to the next level. And it's unfortunate because you do have that one factor. I mean, it wasn't a very expensive movie. It's about $100,000 to $150,000, something like that budget. But you still think about that stuff, like, wow, man, I am so far in debt, and I really needed to make money. But then it's the devil kind of working his way in and saying, yeah, man, make it about money. And so I got to kind of back up from that a little bit and keep reminding myself that just do what I'm doing. The Lord's going to answer.
That's right.
That's just the way it is, and it's a difficult thing to deal with sometimes.
Right.
I was working for the distributor as a consultant for my own film, and they released me because the film wasn't doing as great as they thought it would in theaters. So
I got you.
I'm actually unemployed right now. So it's and I'm just kind of waiting for his answer. I'm just I just keep doing what he's asking me to do, and I've been applying for regular jobs, and we'll see what happens. If what's happened to me up to this point is any reflection of what's going to happen in the future, I have nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
so
you sure
I'm just
don't.
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, sometimes the sign that you are on the right track, going in the right direction, is going through what you're going through.
Right.
When the storm,
it's going through the struggle.
Because but we also believe that there's a such thing as called the other side of through. And man, thoughts and prayers, with you, the movie, as you continue to persevere to get to the other side, because I do believe that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I believe that there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow if we just don't quit. And just know that you have help, support, people that are pulling for you, praying for you. And just know that, man, that you're not by yourself, man. And just keep going and depend on God.
That's
to
right.
be your strength.
That's right.
Your ever-present strength, man.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. Wow.
Yeah.
Can I give a shout out to a few of the actors?
You sure can. Now, let me warn you before you do. Now you're more than welcome. But if you leave somebody out, you're gonna get a phone call.
I know.
Go right on ahead, man.
Okay, I want to thank. I need to personally thank all of the actors. Then let's just do it that way.
Yeah, there you go.
But you got it. But I have to focus on one though.
Okay.
And that's the guy that played the lead, because what he did was just so amazing, Adam Ratcliffe. And it's touching because there's a great backstory to that. Adam wasn't the original actor that was cast to play me in the film.
Okay.
Actually, to be honest with you, when I first wrote it, I was going to play myself because, I did the acting thing, and I'm like, I can do this. You know what's crazy about that?
Mm-hmm.
This is something I've heard before, and it goes along the lines of psychology, I think, or something like that, is the way we see ourselves is completely different than how other people see us. And I was so afraid that I wouldn't be able to play myself the way that other people see me. So I wanted to, number one, I had to go back to, okay, it was a real struggle for me. Do I do this myself, or do I let somebody else do it? This could be a big break for me. I could play myself and become this famous actor. And I'm thinking to myself, wait, that goes against every kind of everything that I've built this film to be and everything it's about up to this point. Mm-hmm. Why not give an actor a shot?
There you go.
Who's been out there doing his thing? Give him a shot. Who's been doing it for the past 15 years while I was in recovery. Mm-hmm. Who's looking for a role like this,
Right.
And we had a couple actors that we were considering, and it came down to Adam Radcliffe, and I found out that Adam went through the same things that I went through. He's in recovery himself. He's a really talented musician. He's been, he's dealt with addiction. He's in recovery. Adam actually also had, and he's not scared to talk about it because it inspires him and gives him hope. Him and his wife had a child that was stillborn when it was born.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And there was things, it's so horrible. And there's things that he really put deep down inside that he was able to pull from and show some emotion, about. And he just did a fantastic job. And watching him work, I was like, wow, I wouldn't be able to do that. I don't think I ever told Adam this, and you might hear it for the first time on this show, is that I admired him so much for what he did. There were scenes where I would watch him and go, oh my God, that was amazing. I couldn't, of course I would tell him, but maybe it was, something in passing or something like that. But to put it out there to everyone that's going to hear this show, he did an absolutely amazing job playing a very, very difficult role because he had to pull from emotions and stuff that he had buried inside of him for a long time. He had to rehash all of that.
Yeah.
So it was a very emotionally draining journey for him also.
Right.
And the rest of the actors too. I mean, we would talk on the side about my real life story, and at one point we were going to change the name of the movie to Cry because everybody was crying.
Right before you cry,
These actors were so emotionally involved in this film. And I mean, you've seen the lineup. I mean, Brian Anthony Wilson, Brian O'Halloran, Corey Graham, Kevin, Tony Devon, Andrew Hunsker, I know you guys know, Sarah Dewey, the young guy, Jacob Shapiro, and Sean Patrick McCurdy plays my son. All these actors, I mean, just all the principals, and even the extras. The extras came, drove 2 hours to Swedesboro or to Camden, New Jersey to do an Eagles bar scene because they love my story.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's amazing to me. And that's something else that I need to give a shout out to. Just all those actors that are just getting started and are willing to sit in the background of a film just to learn the process and see. That's what I did. You sit in the background and you just watch what's going on and say, wow, that's cool. And that's how that works. And then that's how you learn, And I give kudos to all those people that don't go there for recognition. They just go there because they want to be there. And that's a beautiful thing, man.
That's awesome right there.
That is beautiful.
We can end on that. I don't think we can top that. Yeah.
That is
look,
beautiful.
David, man, you've been another phenomenal guest, man. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Before you go, we want you to put your websites out there, put your Facebook, your social media, and even put those resources out there that can help the people. If you could put that out there again, the people who may need support with autistic kids, just take your time, man. This is your time to just put out where people can find the film, how they can follow it.
Wherever it is, we want to drive traffic there.
Just put it out there.
Well, the easiest way to get a hold of anything I have is through my website, and it's www.beforeyoureyesfilm.com.
Okay.
I know the name of the film is Right Before Your Eyes, but the website, that was too long. So it's www.beforeyoureyesfilm.com.
Right.
It has all kinds of information there. There's a link to an email. You can email me directly if you have any questions or you need help with getting your loved one or yourself into recovery. Or you want to talk to me about, just call me directly. My phone number's right there. If you want to talk about, I don't know what kind of can of worms I'm opening now with this thing going worldwide, but I'll try my best to field all these calls. I might have to get a secretary to you know what, that'd be a great thing.
Right,
that'd
that's right.
Great thing for that many people reaching out. But, so the best way to get to me and through all my social media sites is just through my website. That's the easiest way.
Okay.
You can just, branch out from there. So
yeah.
I do have Twitter and
Facebook,
IMDb and all that. But the best way, email me through my website. Yeah, I answer all my emails.
All right, awesome.
Nice,
well, listen, man, you already family, but as we tell all of our guests, once you come on the Kevin and Nikki show,
you're family.
Yeah, man. Continued success and blessings to you, man. And you have our support.
Thank you so much, and God bless you both. And much success on your show. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, take care.
All right,
bye. Man,
awesome,
that
man.
Was awesome. Awesome.
That's just awesome, man.
Awesome. I mean, I don't know what to say.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you, Nick, what I
don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say either, but I'm gonna say this for starters. Here's a writer, director, filmmaker who made an awesome movie.
Yeah.
But did you see the direction that the conversation went into in terms of helping and dealing with autistic kids and people with addictions?
Yep.
And what it goes to show us, and it confirms what we've been saying all along. We as artists, as professional actors, entertainers, there's a bigger picture and calling that comes with this. It's just not about fame and fortune. Hey gang, guess what I got booked for next and all this sort of stuff. There's a purpose with this thing. Whose lives
can we change? Can we touch?
Can we touch and change? Every time we step in front of that.
And
camera.
That's why I became an actress, to touch and change lives.
Because we get to tell stories and be a part of telling stories that can touch, heal, and change lives.
Because you don't know what people are going through. You don't know.
That's
you don't know. And that character that you have performed, that character that you have portrayed in that film, that's somebody out there.
That's somebody,
You know,
that's somebody in your neighborhood. It's somebody in your family.
There.
So, it's somebody that we know.
And they're going through it. And it's like looking at you up on that screen is looking at themselves.
Right.
And the solution that they come up with, I got to get myself together because I see myself and I don't like it.
Right. Or
I see myself and I got to, make some changes.
Right. Or, wow, you made me feel like it was okay to struggle.
Yeah.
I still have worth. I still have value. I'm not an alien.
Yeah.
I'm not by myself.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
Right.
I'm going to be responsible for my behavior, but it's not my fault.
Yeah.
I can go get help. There is help and support out there. These are all kinds of things that you can grab from a movie like this.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just, him being an alcoholic at a very, at a young age, growing up into that, I remember my grandmother, my uncle, and my grandfather, they all three were alcoholics. My grandmother would get up in the morning and vodka was her breakfast. Hot vodka.
I got you.
No ice. Hot vodka was her breakfast.
I got you.
Thunderbird. That was their thing. They're all gone, back to back to back.
Right.
And, I remember, going over to her house and, for Thanksgiving and different things like that. And she falling all over in the chair.
Right.
Grandfather just looking at her because he drunk. He don't know what to do. And my uncle is trying to make what he called a Thanksgiving dinner because he drunk too.
Right.
So I remember.
And you know what, Nick? And, that's like powerful that you even said it because we all had somebody drunk represented in our family.
Yeah.
That was at the Thanksgiving table or that was up at the family gathering or barbecue. We all had, and that's the one thing people need to understand. You're not alone.
You're not alone.
You don't have to be embarrassed. You don't have to be ashamed. You're not alone. And, there's a from a theological standpoint, there's a proverb or Ecclesiastes that said, there's nothing new under the sun.
That's right.
Whatever you're going through, it's already been done before.
Yeah.
Somebody has already gone through it. It's just that the world and judgmental and critical people make people feel ashamed and like they have to be silent about their struggles. And you don't have to.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. There's help available out there.
It is.
David plainly put it out there.
Sure did.
And his movie is putting it out there.
He sure did. And listen, y'all need to check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out. We need to make sure we push this film.
Yeah.
Because it's dealing with a whole lot.
It's dealing with life issues.
Dealing with a whole lot. lot.
And don't get us wrong. To all our listeners out there, don't get us wrong. We're advocates and fans of the entertainment value of filmmaking. You know what I'm saying? Playing, various different characters that strictly adheres to entertainment and all that stuff. But there is this component of filmmaking and storytelling that does promote touching the lives of people. It does promote touching the lives of people. And we think that needs to be celebrated equally, if not more, than playing the super cool drug lord of the community.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. It has to have a balance.
Right.
Yeah, it has to be a balance.
Yeah.
Man,
that was great.
That was
powerful.
That was great.
Woo!
Wow. All right. How do we take a break off of that? We're going to find out.
I know.
We're going to find out. So we're going to take a break. And when we come back, it's going to be time for news and sports.
Scholar's professional editing firm consists of a specialized group of academic doctors, editors, and statisticians that keep doctoral candidates moving through the academic doctoral process by providing one-to-one group mentorship and all-inclusive editorial services that produce writing advancements that result in exponential movement. Scholars conduct line-by-line editing, proof, and copy editing, university-specific format compliance, and substantive done-for-you services on the following documents: doctoral thesis, dissertations, capstone projects, research studies, research proposals, research papers, and oral defense preparation and presentation. The Scholars Professional Editing Group keep you moving. And for more information on editorial services or a doctorate accelerated mentorship program, visit www.thescholarsedediting.com. That's www.thescholarsedediting.com. Or contact Dr. Haynes at 281-315-6053.
All right. Man, I'm telling you, David got me on my gospel joint right there. He got me on my gospel joint. It
was inspirational. It was encouraging.
So inspirational. So encouraging. I mean, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Inspirational, encouraging, very motivating. And, man, when you have an agenda, a motive to touch and change and transforms lives, and you're willing to be the vessel and the instrument, you are going to be hit with storms.
Yes, you are.
But the good news is there is a such thing called the other side of through.
Yes, it is.
I believe that when your motives and your agendas.
That's my song, too. You
What's
know
that?
The song.
Other side of through?
Yes.
Well, we might have had to play that.
Yes, that is my song.
Well, look,
there's a blessing on the other side of through. I got to find it's old. That's old. I was a child.
Well, maybe we need to play that for Captain's
I gotta find that.
What's bothering Nikee?
Yeah, that's an old song right there. Old song. All right, so now it's time for news and sports.
All right, in sports, I got to give a shout out, a continuous congrats to my fellow Blue Hen family.
Okay.
WNBA superstar. Elena Deladon. Just some career highlights. And I had a chance to meet her and meet her mom and husband and stuff like that. And we both got Blue Hen blood, University of Delaware in us. And so,
got that blue blood up in your hand.
Right.
Got that blue blood.
That's the original Blue Bloods.
Yeah. Not that. Okay.
Yeah.
Got that blue blood.
I gave her a high five and said, "Go Blue Hens." After I shook her hand. But she was named the 2015 WNBA MVP and 2019.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she received the Dawn Stanley Community Leadership Award 2 years in a row, 2014, 2015, 3-time WNBA All-Star, might be more than that now, 213, 214, 215, and 219. She averaged a career best 23.4 points per game, 8.4 rebounds, and 2.0 blocks per game in 2015. Received the WNBA Cares Community Assist Award in July of 2015. Recorded career high 45 points, including a career best 19 for 19 from the free throw line, and career high 6 blocks against Atlanta on June 24th. Voted All WN second team in 2014 and All WA first team 2015 and 2019. scored a season high 32 points in overtime win versus Minnesota on August 11th, setting the Sky franchise record for most points by a rookie in a single game. Set the Sky franchise record for most free throws made in a season by a rookie with 97. Awarded the WNBA Rookie of the Month 4 times in 2013, June, July, August, and September. And was named 2013 WNBA Rookie of the Year. Elena Delle Donne makes WNBA history. Now she's in the category with Steph Curry, Steve Nash, and they gave praise for their Mystic small forward. So she's with the Mystic now. On Sunday, the Washington Mystic star made history, becoming the first WNBA player to finish a regular season shooting 50% from the field, 40% from the 3-point range, and 90% from the foul line. Her free throw percentage of 97.4 is a record for a player with at least 100 attempts, according to ESPN. Only 8 players in NBA history have admission into the 50-40-90 club, per Ava Wallace of the Washington Post. Larry Bird, Mark Price, Reggie Miller, Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, and Malcolm Brogdon. And hey, welcome Elena Delle Donne to that elite company. For sure. So shout out to Elena Delle Donne, man, doing great things in the community, on and off the court. Go Blue Hens. That's all I got in sports.
I like that. Okay, Elena, you get the bell.
And she's 6'5".
Ooh.
She's 6'5".
6'5".
Yeah, and can do it all. She can do it all, actually.
All right. Well, in news, John Witherspoon was laid to rest. And just the tributes, which is so beautiful. One of the tributes that stood out to me was by Sean Wainans of the Wainan Brothers. John Witherspoon, if you guys remember, he played the father to Sean Wainans. He played Pops to Sean Wainans and Marlon Wainans on the sitcom that they had. And he got up there and it took him 9 minutes and they were trying to hurry him along. He said, don't be rushing me. I'm going to talk about Pops. So he got up there. He talked all about how they met him. Then he talked about how they got him on the show. And let me tell you this. It is a beautiful thing when somebody sees the talent in you and will fight for you to get where you're trying to go. They fought for this man. The networks did not want John Witherspoon. But they were like, we're not doing it without John. They turned down 2 major networks, Kev. 2 major networks, because those 2 networks did not want John Witherspoon to be their father. They were like, why don't you do Danny Glover or somebody like that? But they were like, I can't see Danny Glover as talented as Danny is. I can't see Danny Glover put the comedic timing on it. And they were basically like, if we can't have John, then we can't do it. And then they said no. So it took a few years, and then here come Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers like, hey, we'll take all 3 of you. That's what I'm talking about. You know, and they just, I mean, to get on a major network on primetime TV, that's major. And you turn it down twice.
And it's still in syndication to this day. I still watch the Wayans Brothers to this day.
Yeah, and you turn it down twice because of an actor, a person. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing when someone sees a talent in you and refuse to move any further without you. That is just beautiful. That is just beautiful. Rest in peace, John Witherspoon. God bless the family. I mean, his talent, I mean, what he brought to television and to the big screen will truly be missed.
But never forgotten.
You know, truly missed. Okay, now for my other story. This is controversial. Everyone's weighing in on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. But T.I. is T.I. T.I. is just going to be T.I. T.I. has beautiful children. He has an older daughter. I think his older daughter, 19, I believe. T.I. to this day, He goes to every single doctor visit with his 19-year-old daughter. Mm-hmm. And not only does he go to every single doctor visit, but he also makes her sign a waiver that allows the doctor to tell him everything that's going on with her. Mm-hmm. So, and he said the sole purpose of doing this is to make sure she's still a virgin.
Mm. Sound like guilt to me. You know what I'm saying? Sound like guilt.
He want to make sure his girl is still a virgin. Mm-hmm. He's like, I don't care who don't like it. And so it's a little bit of, I mean, what you think? Well, I mean, should the father, I mean, cause when you're 19, okay, they say 18, you're legal.
Right.
21, you're old enough to drink, to handle your liquor.
Right.
Okay. So, but at 18, you're supposed to be considered an adult.
Right.
Okay. Which basically means you can't go to the doctor with me and be all up in the pap smears and all that kind of stuff. T.I. be in the room.
So T.I. only question is, Doc, is she still a virgin? Okay, good, man. We out of here, man. All right, we going out to eat, man. Yeah.
Listen,
sound like guilt to me, you know what I mean? But anyway.
So she does it.
Yeah.
She does it. She signs that waiver, and T.I. be all up in it.
Okay.
So,
but she probably she don't want to be disowned, you know what I'm saying? Well, you never know what extra stipulations came that they didn't mention about.
And you know what? That's what I said.
Yeah. If you don't sign it, I'm disowning your honor. Expeditiously. I'm a dishonest you. I'm a disown you expeditiously. You better sign it. Yeah. You're like, hey. You better fix that.
You better fix that.
You better fix that expeditiously.
You better sign it expeditiously.
Expeditiously.
Oh my! So that's what's going on, and so everybody's like,
that's a little bit much.
Yeah, everybody's like, T.I., that's too much. You doing a little too much. But T.I. like, look, I don't care.
Right.
I'm not. Ain't nobody bringing no extra babies up in this house.
Right. Well, he might as well go all the way back to, when they still, he might as well go all the way back to the chastity belt.
Well,
he might as well do that,
But let me tell you.
And he got the key, you know what I mean?
He probably
would if he could.
I would not put it
past him.
Yeah,
he probably would if he could.
I would not put it past him.
This lock ain't coming off till you 25.
No.
Till you're 40 years old.
I don't think the lock gonna come off until she get married, and I think he gonna be the one picking.
Right. And then he gonna be talking to the husband now.
Listen,
you better not try nothing expeditiously, man.
Let me tell you, because he got three daughters.
Okay.
He got the oldest girl that he goes to the doctor with. Then he has Nikee. Then he has the younger one. She grew up so beautifully, and she had posted some photographs on Instagram, and people were getting on T.I. The photographs look too grown. She looked too grown.
You know what might just be the case, because I've heard this. I don't know the truth to it, but I've heard this.
What?
That a man who's out there in their early days, being the Papa was a Rolling Stone, their karma is having a daughter. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I don't know the truth of it, but that's what I heard. They said their karma is having a daughter.
Yeah. Because now you're watching everything that breathes.
Well, and here's the other thing. What we say in psychology, you project on the others out of the foundation of who you are.
Yeah.
So now you project on every other guy that their Papa was a Rolling Stone like you were. So yeah, man. That's right.
Yeah.
You gotta watch how you treat people. Come on, people. Come on now.
You get up.
Come on, people.
So bad. That's all I got. That's all I got.
All right,
so are we for it or are we against it? Which one are we?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I would like to find out a little bit more information, but I would say
I just gave you all the information.
I'm trying to find a way to get out of the answer to the question. That's you didn't pick that up.
Okay, well listen, I'm gonna tell you this.
I'm gonna take a side.
I'm gonna tell you this. Some parents need to go to the doctor with their children.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say that.
Well, I'm gonna say my stance would be if she's okay with it. I think it's a little bit overbearing at first glance. While I understand his point of view, his side.
Yeah.
But if she's okay with it and willing to consent, then then
I don't think she.
No, but here's the thing: if she wants to consent with, as far as we know, on the public side, we don't know what's going on behind the closed door.
Yeah, because I don't.
If you don't sign this, you ain't getting no more of this, that, and then, and you gonna get out,
I don't
and
think
you ain't
she has
getting no
a
more
choice.
money, and you ain't gonna get that record deal you was trying to get.
I don't think she has a choice.
I don't think she has a choice.
She ain't got no choice.
That's just our
You one-sided.
Yeah, okay.
But like I said, some parents need to go to the doctors with your children.
Yeah,
because some of these kids, man, I tell you, listen.
But you know what? I will say this much.
What?
The daughter's grown. It does provide a level of accountability for her, because if you know you got to answer to dad, it's going to direct your decision making. Yeah. So it could serve as a protective measure there. But if she consents to it and she's cool with it, like I said, we only know the public side or what's been given. Then, hey, if everybody's cool with it on both sides, then cool. Okay. Go for what you know.
Okay, so we're for it then. All right. That's your answer, and you're sticking to it. Okay, fine.
What would you say?
I am for it. I am for it, because some parents do need to go to the doctor with their children.
Wait. But here's the thing, though.
What?
Is he going to the doctors with the sons too, or is it just the daughter? Because that's telling. That says a lot. If you're just going with the daughter, to me, that's a little bit.
No, you know what? Let me tell you. I think that he is very active with all the children.
Right, but if that be the case, the son going to the doctor with the sons and having them sign consent, that hasn't been publicized.
No, that has not.
So my whole thing is, if you're gonna go with the daughters, go with the sons too.
Yeah.
Because you know how a father is like, son, get out there and get yours, Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But with the daughters, like, look.
Hold up.
You ain't getting married till you're 98 years old.
Damn.
You know what I mean? You ain't having sex. You're not having sex till you're 98 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, it is this biased perspective that fathers have towards the son, more protective of the daughter. Yeah. But, you gotta go with the sons too, T.I. Expeditiously.
That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, all right. So we're going to take a break. And we come back. It's going to be time for my favorite part of the show. We're going to find out what's bothering Nikee. This is the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio.
We're everywhere.
And we'll be right back.
Come on. Put your hands together. Now rejoice. All the nations of the earth now rejoice. All the people of God sing His praise. All the people of God sing His praise. Everything that has breath shout for joy. Everything that has breath shout for joy. 'Cause everything that is beautiful belongs to you. And the earth is the Lord's. Everything is yours. Everything is yours. You are excellent. Excellent is your name. How excellent is your name. How excellent is your name. All of the earth say, how excellent is your name. How excellent is your name. How excellent is your name. All of the earth say, of the earth now rejoice. All the nations of the earth now rejoice. All the people of God sing His praise. All the people of God sing His praise. Everything that has breath shout for joy. Everything that is beautiful belongs to you. And the earth it is the Lord's. Everything is yours. Everything is yours. You are excellent. Everything is yours. You are excellent.
All the earth is the Lord.
Everything is yours. Everything is yours.
You
What
are
the church
excellent.
said. Come on, sing. And
All the earth is the Lord. Everything is yours. Everything is yours.
you are excellent. How excellent is your name. How excellent is your name. How excellent is your name. In all of the earth, say, how excellent is your name. How excellent is your name. In all of the earth, say, how excellent.
Man,
All right.
that Martha Munizzi, man, I tell you, she's awesome.
Yeah.
See, we sang that song in church. That was one of the songs that we had to sing on the praise team.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm the soprano, so I'm the one that's all the way up in the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have that director that want to take it higher and higher and
I
higher.
just want to take it a little bit higher.
You know, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. But that is a powerful song right there. That is a powerful song. I love me some Martha Munizzi.
Yeah,
Love it.
absolutely.
Love her.
Absolutely.
Yeah, y'all.
All right. So now it's time for my favorite part of the show. We're going to find out what's bothering Nikee. What's bothering you,
Man,
Nick?
what's bothering me this week is nothing again. It's been an awesome week, and our special guest just brought everything full circle.
Yeah.
You know, just brought everything full circle for me. And I'm like, man, it's all about God. It's all about God. It is. It's all about God. And, you know, just listening to him talk about, you know, being homeless and having an autistic son. I mean, it's, man, what's bothering me?
Right.
You know what I mean? What's bothering me?
Yeah.
Literally, what's bothering me?
Right. You know,
And on the him of him looking for a job.
Right. You know,
People miss that.
Yeah.
He's unemployed.
Right.
You know, he's unemployed. He has an autistic son, and he's overcoming so much.
Right. And helping people in the process.
In the process.
Yeah. You know, I had a similar epiphany, had the opportunity to film a commercial with, you know, people who had disabilities. Eventually, I want to have one of the guests who was in the commercial on our show.
Yeah.
He was actually one of my teammates in the commercial. And I also had the opportunity to film a feature film, with people who were amputees and things like that. And their attitude was just so positive, and they were making fun of themselves for having one leg. And I'm sitting there absorbing all this, like, what am I complaining about?
Exactly.
What am I complaining about? You know what I'm saying? These people got better, joyous, happy attitudes than I do. And they have an arm missing or a leg missing. And they're able to make light of their condition and crack jokes about it. Not saying that it isn't difficult to deal with or it wasn't hard to overcome, but their disposition was way better than mine. I was like, well, you know what? You know what? I'm thankful and grateful because for all the many blessings and benefits that I have, because you can stop complaining about your feet hurting when you see somebody with no legs. You can stop complaining about doing the dishes till you see somebody who can't get nothing to eat and starving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, it's all, man, I'm telling you, it's all about God. It's all about God. And with everything that's going on today, I'm thankful and I'm grateful to be alive. I'm thankful and grateful to wake up, you know, and to do our show, and you know,
to be a part of this life journey that we have been chosen, selected to be a part of. And
I'm grateful for that, because the average person don't get to do what we do.
Right.
Don't get to see what we see. Don't get to be on the film sets that we be on, and don't get to be next to the A-list actors that we're next to.
Right.
You know, sitting down, breaking bread and different things like that.
Shake hands. Yeah. It's a privilege.
I tell you all the time, if you ask me what I thought I would have been here, I'm telling you no.
Right.
It's all about God. I mean, it's in giving, and like our special guest said, giving him the glory and taking none for yourself.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I never thought I would be an actor. I never thought I'd see that title, actor, let alone multi-award winning actor in the same sentence as my name. You know, like I said, my original dream, goal, aspiration was playing the NBA.
Yeah.
And, you know, this was something, for lack of a better way of saying it, that I accidentally stumbled into.
Yeah.
But I know it was all in God's purpose.
Right.
And, you know, I know that you and I, we talk about it. We have an agenda to help family and friends and people in, with, and through our acting journey. And so, I saw this post the other day that says, if your dream, goal, and aspiration doesn't involve helping someone else, it's too small. I said, that was just so powerful and profound, man. You know, and we take it serious. That's why we take it serious in our preparation the nights before, getting our wardrobe ready, being on our lines, because it's time to impact lives when we step in front of that camera.
And that's the truth.
It's time to impact lives.
That's the truth.
That's what it's about. That's on the agenda. That's at the top.
Yep.
You know,
that is on the very top. And, you know, and I thank God for every bit of it. And, you know, I do not take for granted where he has me, and I do not take for granted where he is taking me.
Right.
I do not take for granted this journey. So every chance I get, I give it right back.
And you know something? He mentioned his David's testimony was so open, honest, transparent.
It was
real, but practical.
Yeah.
The practical part, he gave part of the answer that when you asked him, how do you deal with, you know, refilling yourself? And he talked about, hey, this movie. And I knew that he would say that because we know that acting is our positive addiction. It is our positive escape. And yeah, it does help us deal with life's tough issues and circumstances and trials and stuff like that. But then he said, then I go for walks and watch football. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't just give the actors, writer, directors answer. He gave that actors, writers, directors answer who's a practical human being by saying, yeah, I go for walks. Like for me, I like to ride my bike around the wildlife, looking at the water and seeing the trees, and there's nothing for me to see a skunk or a deer. That's therapeutic for me. In addition to being on set, in addition to the acting, you know, watching a football game is what he said. He was just so open, honest, transparent, real, and practical. Because sometimes people can give you the actor's answer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They can, or they can just, you know, like in church, they would give you the super spiritual answer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They would give you the actor's answer. And he gave us the actor's answer, which was genuine and true, but he gave us that practical stuff too, of how I take care and protect my peace as I'm always caring for someone else and trying to reach other people. It was just so powerful, man.
Right.
It was so powerful. If you didn't get nothing out of that interview and this show, you don't have a pulse. I have to go on a limb and say that, because it's just so powerful, and we get to be a part of that. We get to be a part of touching lives and making a difference in people's lives by portraying characters. And, you know, we take it seriously.
And here's the thing. If you don't want to say that you got something out of it, it's okay. Just go into your little meditation, not medication.
Well, if you need medication, take that too. He talked about that. Hey, that's the practical side. Go ahead, Nick.
Go into your meditation closet and just meditate on that.
Yeah, you have a
just
lot to walk away
on
with.
It.
Yeah, a lot to eat off of.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I have.
That was good stuff.
It's all about God.
That's it.
All about God. For real, it's all about God. That's at the end of the day. That's what it is.
That's it.
That's it.
All right.
So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, man, I'm super excited because we're just breezing through this series, and I'm learning and changing as we go along. I know you're learning and changing too. So I'm telling you, it's awesome. Kevin's Corner when we come back. It's the Kevin Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We're everywhere, and we'll be back.
So many people expect change in others, expect change in the world. but are never willing to change themselves first. If you want to see change in others, you must first be the change you wish to see. If I want others to be better, I must be better. If I want my loved ones to change, I must be that change. If I want my kids to become a certain way, I must live that way. I must be that example. Not tell them how to be, but be that person. If I want them to be kind to others, I must be kind to others. If I want them to live fully as themselves and not wear any mask to fit in with others, I must be that person, free from fear of judgment and live as I wish to live. If I want them to be giving, I must be giving. Giving of my time, giving of my love, my spirit, my presence. If I want them to be healthy, I must live healthy in every area. If I expect others to be grateful, I must be grateful first. I must show my gratitude. If I want others to live the life they want to live, I must set that example by loving the life that I live. If I want other people to make happiness and love a priority in their lives, I must make happiness and love a priority in my own life. If I expect others to be kind, I must be kind. I must be compassionate. If I expect others to listen and be understanding, I must listen, and really try to understand. I do expect all these things, so I will live as all these things. I will live as the person I expect of others. I will be the change that I wish to see.
You're listening to the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. Man, that's powerful.
He said a mouthful.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
He said a mouthful.
Powerful. That is powerful. And I know some people be like, well, you know what? I am doing that. And these kids ain't well, you know what? Just keep doing it.
Keep doing it. Because you're impacting you're impacting somebody. You're impacting somebody. And normally the one you think you're not impacting, you're impacting. Mm-hmm. That's what I've grown to learn. Keep doing it. You know? And
they'll pick it up.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Because I've had kids come back to me 10, 15, 20 years later, man. I really admired your example at the basketball camp and blah, 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 man. You was this. You was the first example. I've had that happen to me recently of a kid that I had in a basketball camp way back when. Yeah. And you really never think you're making a difference by your attitude, your conduct, your behavior. But somebody's always watching. Somebody's going to be encouraged or discouraged by your attitude and behavior. Not that we're going to be perfect all the time. No, we're not going to be, perfect every day. But more times than not, we ought to be that, or at least try to be that living positive example. Yeah. And sometimes you will get that window of encouragement. Like David was given David Vincent Bobb was given a window of encouragement when that boy walked up to him, or those people walk up to him and hug him, crying, saying, "Hey, that's my story." That's called a window of encouragement. And I received many windows of encouragement when a kid, says, "Man," comes back years later, they're grown with children. Man, you made a difference in my life. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it makes you see that your living wasn't in vain. And you did make a difference. Like you said, keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing it. Don't stop. Yeah. They'll get it. They'll latch on. Yeah. Just keep doing it. Yeah. Keep doing it. All right. So now it's time for my favorite part of the show. Kevin's Corner.
I really could have just let the song play and then gave a closing. Yes. But I'm just going to pretty much reiterate or maybe even put in some points that may have not been in the song. But I'm going to keep it short because the song was, self-explanatory.
It sure was.
Or the speech.
Sure was.
So you already know, we in week 31. We're going to keep this high vibration train moving.
Choo-choo.
That's 31 weeks of shows.
31 weeks.
Wow, that's crazy.
31 weeks of fabulous.
That's it.
Fabulousness.
So number 49 is you want to see the world change for the better. So that's the one I want to add. You want to see the world change for the better. So despite all the negativity, the bad news, the bad reports, et cetera, in the world, you are still hopeful, optimistic to want to see people in the world become a better place. When most people would not waste their time hoping, you still keep hope alive. Which brings me to my second point, number 50, which you heard in the song. Because you have this inner hope of wanting to see the world be a better place, despite it looking impossible to become better. So you start to be the change you want to see in the world.
That's right.
Mahatma Gandhi famously said, "You must be the change you want to see in the world." In other words, although life changes are inevitable, we can also initiate personal change so we can rise to the challenge and become an improved person as a result. So I want to just say, keep believing, keep hoping, keep wishing, keep wanting to see a better world, but start with being the change in the world that you want to see.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice.
That's all I got.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. She's beautiful to me.
See, great minds think alike.
She's beautiful.
Beautiful.
She's beautiful. She's beautiful to me. I like that song. Yeah, that's my song. All right. Anyway, let's put it out there. All right. Listen. Thank you guys so much. From the top, middle, and bottom of our hearts for tuning in each week, for supporting us, supporting our guests. We hope that you're getting something out of. We believe that you are. So we want to thank you because we do what we do for you. We can't do what we do without you. And so, as long as y'all keep tuning in, we're going to keep bringing y'all fabulous, as Nikee would say, fabulous guests, music, conversation, and much, much more. The many adventures of Kevin and Nikee and all that stuff. Kevin Corner and What's Bothering Nikee and all that stuff.
And I'm telling you right now, we're having a ball because every week we got something to do.
That's it.
And we love telling you about it.
That's it. So we want y'all to follow our journey and continue to grow with us and go with us and flow. Because you know what? We're going to give you what you know. So anyway, I'm actor Kevin D. Benton. And you can follow me on Twitter at Kevin D. Benton, on Facebook, Kevin D. Benton, on Instagram, actor Kevin D. Benton. And then go to Twitter and follow us. Subscribe to our YouTube channels. You can go to actor Kevin D. Benton, actress Nikee Warren. We got short film, feature film, clips, commercials, monologues, all that good stuff. And with a lot more stuff on the way.
Yes. Why you do it like that? You know what? You get on my nerves. You can find me on Facebook, Nikee Warren, on Twitter at Nikee Warren, and on the gram, hello, I'm Nikee. That's spelled HELLOIMNIKEE. Okay. You can find our show, The Kevin Nikee Show, on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter at Kevin Nikee Show, and on the gram, The Kevin Nikee Show. Like I tell you each week, keep it simple, so that y'all can find us.
That's right.
If you have any questions, comments, concerns regarding our show, hit us up, the Kevin Nikee Show at yahoo.com. You got any questions, comments, concerns for our special guest,
David Vincent Bobb?
Hit us up, the Kevin Nikee Show. Send us an email. We'll read it to him, get the answer, and read it back. And like I say every week, who knows, your letter can be featured on our show.
Right before your eyes.
That's right. Check it out. Check it out. Check out this awesome, awesome film. Listen, I guarantee you it will touch your life.
Right before your eyes.
Right before your eyes. It will touch your life. I'm trying to tell you, get your life.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
All right. So it's the Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. We're everywhere, and we are
out of here.
Peace.
You're too big You're too wise for mistakes. You are a mighty God, perfect in all your ways. You were here before my first breath, and you'll be here when nothing else is left. You are a mighty God, forever and always. Say you're too big, hey, forever, forever. You're too wise, you're too wise for mistakes. You are mighty, perfect in all your ways. Hey, you were here before my face, and you'll be here, God, when nothing else is left. You are mighty, forever and always. Oh, you love me in spite of my flaws, and you hold me close. Hey, in the midst of it all, God, you're a present help when I am in need. Hey, and so I'm grateful that you won't give up. Here's why, 'cause you love me when no one else would. You kept me when no one else would. Thank you for being God. Thank you for being God. Thank you for being God. Thank you. You're too big, hey, forever, yeah. You're too wise for mistakes. You are a mighty God, perfect in all your ways. Before my very breath, hey, you'll be here when nothing else is left. You are mighty, forever, God. Hey, in spite of my flaws, you hold me close. Hey, in the midst of it all, you're present here when I am in need. And so I'm grateful tonight that you won't give up. Sing it out, 'cause you love me when no one else would. And you kept me, Lord, hey, when no one else could. I say thank you. I came here tonight to say thank you for making a way. Thank you for being God. You love me when no one else would. And you kept me, Lord, when no one else could. And so I say thank you for being God. So I'm singing thank you for being God. Thank you for being God. I'm grateful. Thank you for being God. Thank you for being God. You love me too much, hey, to leave me where I was. You gave your life for me, and so I give my life to you. There's more grace in you than in me, so I'll say, wave my hand like this, come on. Anybody grateful tonight? Come on, is anyone grateful tonight? Lift your hands and say, you're worthy. I'm grateful. You're worthy, Jesus. I'm grateful. Say, you're worthy. I'm grateful. So thank you for being God. Thank you for being God. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Thank you. You're worthy.
You have been listening to The Kevin and Nikee Show on iHeartRadio. Thank you for being God.
This summer, enjoy a Plymouth Gin and Tonic. Just add tonic, ice, and a slice of orange for the perfect cocktail every time. Plymouth Gin is distilled using a blend of 7 hand-selected botanicals, always staying true to Plymouth's original recipe. Plymouth Gin, since 1793.
Before you began teaching, before your first 5-star review, and before you saved a life, you decided to make a change. With over 80 career and academic programs at Delaware County Community College, change starts here.